Are you tired of holding webinars and only a handful of people show up and it looks like they're working for everybody else but not for you? Don't give up. I'm Amy Walker. I'm a small business strategist, and today I'm going to share with you how you can get 100 registrations on your next webinar, even if you have a small email list and you don't have a substantial budget. So stay tuned, because I'm going to share with you 6 steps that you can use to get 100 registrations on your next webinar. For all the tips that you need to grow your business and maintain balance at home, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified when new videos come out every Tuesday. Everybody tells you that you should be doing webinars, but what most people are not telling you is that the webinar game has really changed. And what was working to fill your webinars a couple years ago is harder now. However, webinars are still a great resource for your business. So if you're talking to somebody who is telling you all these things that they did to fill their webinars years ago and it's not working for you, don't get frustrated. If you're talking to somebody who's got these big, huge webinars and they have a massive email list and it's not working for you, don't get frustrated. These tips today are specifically for people who have a smaller email list and are just getting started with webinars. I'm going to be transparent. I have done those webinars where you promote, you put it out there, and you show up and like your mom and a handful of your super friends registered, and it's embarrassing, it's frustrating, and you're sitting there going, why am I even bothering this? It feels like a waste of my time. So I want to show you how to do webinars better. I'm going to share with you 4 strategies that you'll use that are free to you, and then free or really low cost, and then 2 where you're going to put your budget. So that way you're not trying to just fill your webinar entirely through paid marketing, because that gets expensive, and when you're new and you're just getting started with webinars, that can be a little bit challenging. So 6 steps total to help you get 100 people registered for your next webinar. Webinars are a great part of your marketing plan, and it's not your entire marketing plan. So if you haven't gotten it yet, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you jump into the description, you click the link and get my ultimate marketing calendar so you can get organized and get a more comprehensive plan in place. I can tell you more about that later. But for now, I want to ask you a question. Are you new to webinars, like you're just thinking about it, just barely dipping your toe in? Are you somebody who rocks out webinars and it's a major component of your business? Or are you that person who you're a little frustrated with webinars because they're just not converting like you want them to, and you got to figure out a way to make it work better for you? So tell me who you are in the comments so that I can give you some more customized tips. All right, so we know that you want more people on your webinars. That's obviously why you are watching this video. And I'm going to give you 4 strategies that are free, and then 2 that you're going to pay for. So the first one is, instead of you trying to fill the webinar, go train people's teams. Find people who have big sales teams. Find people who have big network marketing teams. Find people who have a bigger following, or like a company, or a chamber of commerce, or I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But instead of you trying to gather 100 individuals, find somebody's team that you can train and use that as the foundation. It doesn't mean you can't bring more people to the party, but if you're training their team and then bringing other people to the party, that could be a good substantial portion of the people right there. So that's tip number 1. Do your webinar for a large team. Tip number 2 is ambassadors and affiliates. Ambassadors and affiliates would be people that they are going to promote the webinar for you. So you want 100 people, get 10 ambassadors to each get 10 registrations, and then pay them in product or pay them in profits. So when they each of those 10 people brings 10 people, and those people then buy the product or the service you're selling, give them a percentage in kickback, or give them a discount on your services, or free services, or free products. But utilize those super fans that you have, that maybe are those same 10 people that have been registering in your past webinars. Now incentivize them to help them go out and get more people to be on the webinar with you. Tip number 3 is to do LinkedIn invites. LinkedIn's a great platform because you don't have to have them on your email list in order to be able to send them a message. You can just utilize your connections. and send messages through that are targeted. So I use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I'm kind of in love with it. If you're new to my channel and haven't watched my videos about my love of LinkedIn, you should check them out. But I love LinkedIn Sales Navigator because I can target exactly who I want to send these messages to, and then I can send them to anybody that I have as a connection with. So it allows me to kind of search their database, find the right people to invite to the webinar, and then I can send out those invitations through LinkedIn. Tip number 4 is utilize Facebook Live. So if you are doing a webinar, do a daily Facebook Live for a couple of weeks leading up to it, sharing snippets of things that you're going to be sharing in the webinar, and every time have a great call to action where you're inviting them to go and register for that webinar. Facebook Lives have the highest visibility of anything that you're going to put on Facebook. So utilize it. Use video to invite people and give them little teasers of what is going to be coming. All right, those are your 4 freebies. Now let's talk about where you should actually spend your money. So there's 2 places that you can spend money that's going to help you be able to fill these webinars. One is Facebook ads. So that is your number 5 strategy, I believe is what we're on, Facebook ads. Run some Facebook ads, promote the webinar, let people see that it's going on. Number 1 reason you don't have enough people registering for your webinar is not enough people even saw that you were having a webinar. So drive traffic to it using Facebook ads. The second thing that you can do, which is sometimes even more effective, is pay influencers to promote your webinar. Whether they're an Instagram influencer, or they've got a really big email list, or they are a podcaster, or they've got a lot of people on their YouTube channel, pay them to promote for you so that you can get more visibility and more eyeballs. So those are your 6 strategies to be able to get 100 people registered for your next webinar. Here's what I'm going to tell you, and I'm being totally honest with this. You can absolutely still have really full webinars, but what you can't do is what I did when I first started, which is where we just throw up a webinar and then you create an event on Facebook and you invite all the people in your contacts and then they magically show up. That doesn't work anymore. So you've got to either have a big email list already, or you've got to follow these 6 steps in order to be able to fill that next webinar. But you can absolutely do it, and it's a great way to sell. It's a great way to grow your lead list. It's a great way to connect with new people and let them get to know you and your information. So I told you at the beginning that I have an ultimate marketing calendar available for download. It is going to allow you to be able to track your ROI on the different marketing that you're using. It lets you plug in how many sales you want. It will tell you calculate for you how many leads you need to get. And it's just a really handy tool to be able to get your marketing organized. So webinars are part of that whole marketing campaign, but this marketing calendar is going to really help you keep track of all the things you're doing and see what's working. So jump into the description, make sure that you click that link, get that ultimate marketing calendar, and you can start using it today. Also, if you want to join a community of like-minded business owners and entrepreneurs, make sure that you go into the description and join our private Facebook group, the CEO Spot, where you can ask questions, you can engage, you can communicate with the tribe, and start getting some great tips and motivation to help you grow your business. Was this helpful? I would love to hear from you. Make sure that you push that like button, leave me a comment, and share with your friends and other entrepreneurs in your community. I would love for you to be a part of what we've got going on here with Amy Walker Consulting. So like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.